Hello, I am RAMJB and we are back in U-Boat. It's been months since my last video of this game and there have been updates in the middle. The most important parts of those updates, along many other things, is that now there's a proper damage model in the game, so you don't have to rely on mods about that, and that there's a proper Dexa mode. Before you could go Dexawash, but people wouldn't stay on the turret, and it was pretty much useless. Well, now there's a proper Dexawash model, and well, we are going to check it in this video. First, I'm going to begin a campaign. Now, if you want to see this campaign go on, please let me know in the comment section below, like the video, comment, all that jazz. Because, of course, if there's no intention for people to watch a series of this game, well, why I'm going to do it. So, yeah, like and comment if you want to see more videos of this game. I'm going to split this first part into episodes. Episode 0, which is going to be the setup, the new game configuration, and everything that I do import. And then episode 1, which is going to be from the moment that I go out from port. So let's jump right in and go new game. And I thought that I'm going to go with U-96. It's decently, I mean, in the past, I have been in Type 2s from the beginning of the war. Then I've been in the Mediterranean with the Type 7. I want to go to the proper Battle of the Atlantic in this campaign. So this is a pretty good start. We go from the normal difficulty. It's a pretty good moment to begin. January 1941. So radar is going to be a thing pretty quickly. And yeah, let's go. Next, so hardcore and expert, and now let's look at this. First of all, you know that I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a contact mode in normal. I think that no contacts in the map is unrealistic. Contacts in the map is unrealistic as well. So if I'm going to go unrealistic, I'm going to go with the way that at least doesn't require me to work as hard. I've played with no contacts in the past in other games, and honestly, there should be a middle ground option here. So normal, disabled, and a middle ground that wouldn't give you as much information as normal mode gives you, but there's no such thing. So let's go with normal. We are going to go without darker nights. And that's because this is for YouTube. And I have experience with U-Boat in YouTube, and I can tell you that nights in U-Boat without darker nights are dark enough that YouTube doesn't like them at all. If you go with darker nights, you are not going to see anything at all in night encounters. And remember, this is a submarine, and submarines like night encounters. So that's for video purposes. What else? Let's check the rest. Gameplay perspective normal. The hard. Yes. I'm going to go with mission completed on automatic, even while I never use it, or almost never. Collision damage, torpedo flows realistic. Yeah. Okay. Damage hard. Mission marker only well-known targets. 3 choices for missions. No detection feedback, disable health bars, normal mission types mostly routine, headquarters semi-automatic is okay, side convoys large is okay, sinking physics realistic, sinking credit requirement. This is one of the changes, okay? If you remember before, if you were maybe in shallow waters, for instance, and you put 3 torpedoes on a, say, tanker, but the water is so shallow that the tanker just settles on the ground and doesn't sink, and you don't get any credit for that sinking. That's quite unrealistic because, I mean, you have sunk the target, even if it's in shallow water as well. This gives you credit, partial credit, when a target is considered that it's going to sink. If it sinks, actually, then you get even more credit. But this is a pretty good addition to the game. Encounter modes, I'm going to go with default. Encounter modes, what gives you is you go with default, which is pretty much the standard. Then you can go with additional or even more. This generates more shipping for you to hunt and sink. And I don't want extra ships. I want normal encounters, so I'm going to go with default. Periscope stabilization, I'm going to go with enable partial. Again, this is mostly for purposes of YouTube. In chopped waters, if you go with totally disabled, it's almost impossible to see the target with your binoculars or USO because they are not stabilized. I don't have a problem with that, but again, if I'm going to explain things and how I do things, I'd rather have the target inside while I'm explaining them. Otherwise, I will go with disabled. But enable partial just gives you stabilization unless you are using the scopes for measuring speeds, that kind of thing. And realistic periscope magnification. This is awesome because the standard game before, if you go with extended, the zoomed in mode had a lot of magnification, which was totally unrealistic. This is much more realistic. This makes targeting targets very far, maybe 3 kilometers away, is much harder now because you don't see them like it's next to you. So, yeah, let's go. As for the skipper, I'm not going to change anything here. Just the name, which is going to be Kurt RAMJB. Because, of course, why not? It's a stupid name, but it's the one that works for me. I'm going to skip the intro because we have seen it in other series. And here we are, Port of La Rochelle, January 9th, 1941, under a very heavy storm. Not that it's going to change a lot of things, because we need to resupply. We need to stock on torpedoes, we need to stock on food, and that's going to take time. Here we have the historical bats of the U-96, which is the swordfish. Okay, well, first things first. Go to the warehouse and see what you got. Because, of course, when you begin a patrol for the first time, you are going to have some torpedoes which are empty, which I don't see why, because honestly, they should be full. But let's load them with T2, T1 with P1 plus, and T2 with P1 plus. This is the warhead. P1 plus is the advanced warhead that the Germans used. From 1941 more or less. About torpedo storage, let's put another T2. Okay, we are set. Food, we need more food. Potatoes, because why not? They are cheap, well, they are free, so yeah, let's go. Some vegetables. So this is quite expensive for now. I'm going to go with some dried fish. Okay, and we have canned bread. That's good, because that's what we use for the sinking ship's cruise. Ammunition is topped up, I think. It is. Fuel is topped up. Items. I want one rebreather. I rather want two, actually, so let's take another one. No, we'll have one. I'd like to have four, but it's okay. Have 4 of coffee, that's okay. We have 1300 left. And do I want demolition charts for sinking ships that we board? Yeah, I do. And then here we can't get any of these, but we can get some oil. So let's get lubricant. And that's it. Okay, exit. Goodbye, and that's going to take 3 days. Very well. In the meantime, do we have... I don't think we have enough to get new sailors, so let's go to the crew and see what our crews have. Myself, I have... Okay, Mercant is good. Mercant is good because I get better prices when purchasing things. Good. Also, this is good for analyzing mercants that we board, neutrals, because, you can read the description. It's a good skill for that. Alfred Bacher is not going to be Alfred Bacher. This is an engineer, and my first engineer is going to be, of course, one of my Patreons, which is going to be Dabrix. If you want to be part of my crew, of course, just let me know. And yeah, well, if you want to be part of my crew, you can become a member of my Patreon, and well, I will gladly give you a spot between my officers or sailors if there's no spot in the officers. The leader, the other leader, the second officer, of course, is Glint Eastwood, which serves me well. And Glint, what do you have? Connections, missions, and headquarters. So that's not good for a second officer. This is a good trait for a leader that stays on port, doing investigation and doing research. So okay. Debriefs, you have Portuguese speaker, which is absolutely worthless. Very well. The other engineer has stuff. Okay. This one is going to be Thomas Hamoin. And finally, our radio man is a cook. It's not great, to be honest. I'd rather have my radio man in the radio, but okay, well, he's serviceable, I guess. But this, of course, is Bugle Boy. Again, if you want to be part of this crew and if you want to be on board of my submarine, you only have to go to the Patreon and become a member, or become a member of the channel here in YouTube. Next is going to be the tasks. Okay, myself and Glint are the leaders. Myself, I'm going to get an 8 on navigation. Glint is going to get a 7 on watching, because we want him to do navigation. No, not playing games. Why should you do that? Bugle Boy, well, we want him to be our medic. It's going to be, very importantly, our sonarman when he's under, and Radio 5, Cook 6. Or Radio 6, Cook 5, rather. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put them on 6, both. So he cooks and stays on the radio. Okay, what else? What else? The engineers, Thomas and Debrix. Well, first things first, both need to be on the machine room. And this looks good, like this. So they will also be maintaining torpedoes when they need to, but the main and most important thing, they are going to be managing the engines. Loading torpedoes is going to be Debrix role. And I think that's it. Yeah. As for the crew, I don't want anyone at all in my observation periscope. That's a no-go. Very important, the valves. Whenever we call for an emergency dive, I want my crew to go to the valves first thing. So actually, I'm going to put them at 19. Ultra high. So the first thing they will do will be that. Power switch is cool with a 6, maybe. Bulkheads 5 is okay. Radio room 4 is okay. Depth steer and Hellsman, same importance. Cooking, that's going to be another 6. Cleaning is going to be a 6. Observation 7 and engines a 9. Okay. So, yeah, that's okay. Now, schedules: morning, evening, and night. But let's begin with Bugle Boy, because poor guy doesn't have a second radio man to fill for him when he's asleep. So we need to put him on shifts of 4 hours and 2 in the middle to rest. That's good. Now, myself, I'm going to be the captain during the day. I'm going to be the officer on the deck during the day. So that's 3 and 3 and 1 more. Then 4 hours of sleeping, another 4 on the job, and the rest sleeping. Clint in the midway will be up when I'm off. Just like that. Thomas and Debrix, same idea. Debrix is going to be during the day. So, no, sorry. I say during the day. So exactly the same timeline as myself, and Thomas, you need to be like so. Okay, we are done. Squads. Shifts are going to be 6 sailors per shift. We only have 16 sailors right now. And yeah, Bugle Boy is going to have 1 sailor. The guys on the engine room they are going to have 2, and the leaders will have 1. Specializations, we don't have any yet. And the boat. Lining management on. We want that red lining at night, blue lining at silent running, and normal lining and in other cases. Dive schedule. I'm going to dive at 12 o'clock in the midnight. Another dive maybe at 8 o'clock, and another night maybe after another 6 hours here. That way we dive 3 times across the day. We will check for contacts, and yeah, that's good practice. It's very early still. It's 1941. We don't need to stay underwater during the day because by 1943 is pretty important. Planes are a real threat by then. Okay, that's good. And I think we're set. Okay, I don't think we need anything to do. So let's fast forward. And we are ready. And finally, we need to choose a mission. Okay, there are a lot of campaigns going on right now. No, absolutely no. I'm not going to go to the Gibraltar State as my first mission because that's suicide. Have a happy time. Oh, holy shit. Oof, that's a reward of a leader. I'm not going to enter in here. No way. I might patrol this area or go around Ireland and go to the north, but that's a really bad sector. Over here, we do have. Okay, that's ours. That's the one we are going to go with. Reward is a leader. Weather is expected to be calm. That's not great. But yeah, a radio man is a really important thing to have for our second trip. Yeah, that's it. So select. That's going to be very well. So next thing we need to do is to give orders to begin sailing out. 7 o'clock in the night. I'm not going to use the flashlight. By the way, if you notice, there are navigation lights. When you are near the port, the U-boat will have navigation lights on the sides. I'm using mods, several of them. The list will be down in the description, so if you want to check them out, well, it's as easy as looking at it. And yeah, that's it. And that's it for this chapter 0 of this Let's Play. If you want to see what happens next, tune in for the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.